Meike, tell us about Irene.
Okay, so so basically I started off my career as a writer. And one thing I like as a writer, not all writers love it, but I love it, is to actually get feedback, not just people, saying this is an amazing read, a great thriller. No, but actually I love doing events. And I love hearing what people made of my books, especially events where actually people have read the books. I love going to reading groups, for example, because I find it amazing that I spent 2, 3, 4 years creating something, and then I put it out there, and people come up with all sorts of things, which I've never ever realized it's in there. So that's basically my starting point. So when I set up Irene, I knew I'm going to publish fiction which basically, all the books I have on my list, big publishers here have all rejected because they can't sell it. So it's difficult literature. I don't think it's difficult, but it's foreign fiction, it's literary fiction, it's translated, all of this. And I also knew that I need to get out there and literally build a community. We have an online community, and we're very active with Twitter and Facebook, and we have a real feedback there. We have our 200 people who always tweet everything back we do. So, but ultimately that's an add-on. And what I'm talking about when I talk about community, it's the real community. And so it started off with I run a literary salon from my own house. Because again, I thought if I run a literary salon, I know there are a lot of people out there who at the moment running literary salons. And as far as I'm concerned, they're not running salons. Because a salon traditionally has always taken place in a woman's home. And it's the idea of the private and the public sphere colliding, which again has to do with exactly with literature. As a writer, I sort of put things into my stories unconsciously. I have to put them in subconsciously, unconsciously. And I have no idea what I'm putting out there in many ways. So the idea of inviting people, well, not you can, anyone can come. Basically, you book online. I can only admit 50 people. We are now often twice, 3 times, 4 times waiting list. I sell out all the salons. Been running it for 8 years. I've calculated 1,000 different people have gone through our house. Most of them, when they first come, I've never ever met before. And some come back, some have become friends, real features of the salons. If they don't turn up, I'm worried. I only publish 3 books a year for this year, and people say to me after, so I started running Irene in 2010, and people started saying, well, when are you expanding? And what do they mean by it? When am I going to publish more books? Now, I know that I can ensure the quality of 3 or 4 books, but that's it. I can't ensure the quality of 10 books. I would lose control of that. And that's something I do want to keep control of, the quality I put out. And so for me, expanding has always been about the community. We run a subscription. Our books get sold through Amazon, Waterstone, blah, blah, blah. But what actually counts is our subscriptions. So we run a subscription service. I have now subscribers up to the end of 2018. I haven't announced what I've just finished curating the list for 2017, haven't announced it yet. And I have no idea what I'm going to publish in 2018. And those people have, what they're doing is they're trusting Irene, the brand. And they are very important to us, these subscribers. And how do we find them? We run pop-up stores outside supermarkets, at farmers markets. We run about 80 pop-up stores in a year. I just want to, so these are two Irene books. As you can see, they're very strongly branded and beautiful. And that's why our pop-up store works. So we have all our books there. And people who never enter the bookshops come up to us and say, what are you, religious society? And I love that because I say, yes, I want to convert you. And I also always say it's all very well you're reading one Irene book, but really I'm only going to be happy if you've done the whole list. And again, I can say that because, we're only up to number 20. I can say to you, well, you really want to talk to me, you read all the books and you subscribe for the next, lot. So we do all sorts of things. I mean, I leave them here so you can grab them later on. Yeah. We this is an annual literary newspaper. It started off as a catalogue, but actually this is now, it has articles about literature, about art of translation, everything. And we distribute them twice a month at London tube stations. And again, it's this idea of actually handing over the paper, looking people into the eye. And it's fascinating because initially so when we started this 4 years ago, I actually thought, okay, we hate the fact it's about literature. We just try to push it into people's hand and hope for the best. And it didn't really work because they thought it's metro and so just, walked past us. And it was almost like an act of desperation that I started saying, newspaper literature, foreign book. People walk past and then stop and say, what did you say? And then you've got them. The eye contact, you hand it over. And that's, I think, that's how we build communities, a community. So, yeah, we're very hands-on community builders, really.